My name is Nguyen. I want to do the Ironman as a way to say thank to my parents who have given up a lot to give me the life that I have today, and to have the courage of making the decision to escape from Vietnam. I was growing up in Vietnam between 1966 and 1980. I remember it was wartime, so we couldn't travel out of Saigon. You could see every day there was a school that got rocketed. And in the last month before the fall of Saigon, you began to see the war moving into the city. My father was in the army during that time. So anyone who had association with the South Vietnamese government didn't get treated right. And it was very hard for us to go through during that time. And that was when my father decided that we would take the risk of our lives to escape. If succeeded, their kids would have a better future. If failed, we could all die. He planned this with his family for about 2 years already. So some of my cousins went down to the fishing village and started a fishing business. So we had a fishing boat. My family is a family of 7, but on the boat, we had between 35-40 people. The fishing boats have a lot of ice in the hold so that they can go fish for a couple of weeks. So that day, there was only one layer of ice blocks. So we got into the big boat and hid under the ice for probably about 10 hours. As we got out to sea, probably 2-3 days later, we began to have navigation problems. We got lost. Third night, we saw a very bright horizon, and we said, that's land. And it turned out to be oil rigs on the ocean. And so once you got to that point, you were desperate and you were sad that you just lost the entire day going nowhere. About a day later, we got into a very rough sea and we saw a German ship, and they refused to take any refugees during that time. Luckily for us, at that time the weather turned really nasty. We knew that we would not make it through the storm. So we decided to turn around and just follow the ship and just say, help us. And so at that time they decided to pick us up. From then they dropped us off at the refugee island called Pulau Bidong in Malaysia. We were there for about 6 months. Luckily for us, we knew a friend in Adelaide, South Australia, and St. Ignatius Church sponsored our family. After I finished college, I asked my mom and dad to just allow me to go off for a year or two to just know the world. And that was almost 30 years ago, and I've never been back. I had this dream of doing the Ironman 6-7 years ago, and I always told myself that I could not do it. I have not done anything like this before. What I discovered about myself that I can do it if I can get over that mental hurdle. Encouragement and support has been extremely crucial for me to complete the training. And now down to the last week, they are all saying to me that, yes, Dad, you can do it. And that's what I need to hear.
They're very proud of their dad, and I think in many ways for them to see their dad, realize what he has been talking about has been inspiring to them.
So what's a better way of saying thanks to the people who have helped me than by doing something as challenging as an Ironman? I think that's the finishing touch on the picture that I had for my life in the last 50 years.